Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous My Adventures Dav's Hope material or manufactured material gathering.
Incoming message.
In a previous video, I engineer modded my burst lasers on my Vulture, and I also modded some pulse lasers. I used up some materials, so gathering materials is just part of my normal routine, because from time to time I need the materials, because I'm engineer modding some modules. So here at Dav's Hope, we're doing manufactured and we're doing some raw material gathering, or we'll leave the compound and go out and look for some raw materials too. And I did see polonium. I think it's the first time that I've seen it on some of the last gatherings from here. And doing some searches, it's been around for a while. It's just more of a rare material. Is this right? So we'll look, see what we've got in that. So we got 54 of them. I just don't remember seeing it before, and all of a sudden we're starting to see it. So I guess in one of the updates they made it a little bit more available. What I have understood, that it's been a rare material, but I'm starting to see more of it. But you can, at the material trader, I'm sure you can trade for it too. Trade other materials for it. So we will reload and gather more materials. That's the part about Dav's Hope. You have to keep reloading, or you just get to make one round. Appreciate you coming along. Be sure to find a way to support the channel. We have many ways to do that. One is to subscribe. YouTube gives you 2,000 subscribes, or up to around that. And you get to use them on channels that you watch. And especially if they have under 1,000 subscribers, they really need your subscribes. The ones over 1,000 have already hit the mark already, so it's not as crucial. But the ones under 1,000, it's very crucial. So we need your help. Not just me, but all of the small channels. Also, you can donate. And there's ways in the description that tells you how to do that. And join our Patreon. That would help. And you can add tritium to the fleet carrier, the RGFC. And the way you can do that is you can go to inera.cz, look under Galaxy, and then Systems and Stations, and then Fleet Carriers, and you can type in RG-FC and you'll find our fleet carrier, because I do pre-release videos for our those that help the channel. and there could be up to 30 days of pre-release. So to find the fleet carrier,
Incoming message.
you might have to go to Anaris CZ to find it. And if you put at least 200 units of tritium high composite. Yeah, we've already filled up one of them. First one to fill up. So with Anaris CZ you can find the fleet carrier. We will start filling up some. I did some in the last couple of days of collecting materials that are not on video, because it's so hard to get supporters when you have a YouTube channel. I'm not spending as much quality time on it. It's just not really worth it. So, but these are more come along videos. Try to get kind of moody so you hear the times that I'm happy with everything and times that I'm not. Part of the drama of it. We have been able to pick up a few more subscribers and really appreciate those that have, even through all my frustrations.
Incoming message.
But Dav's Hope's one of those places that you just do it until you just can't stand it anymore. That's usually me, where I have to go do something else. But it's just part of my grind routine. Especially if I want to engineer some materials, yeah, then I'll do more. Or if I've spent a lot of the materials, we've already filled up that one, so we can't take any more of it. And if we come across one, I'll show it to you where it shows that it's full. But it's usually the first one to fill. But I like doing raw material gathering here, especially since there's this polonium. I haven't seen that one before, and now we've got like 54 units of it, so that's pretty neat. And by the time the general public gets to see this video, or the videos around it, it might have been a couple of weeks. But since it has happened,
Incoming message.
but Frontier did change the efficiency of tritium in a fleet carrier again. The second time they've done it. First time it was almost double the efficiency, and now they did it again. So I did take the fleet carrier out a little more in the last few days just to test that out, and yes, seems to be the case. So if I click on this, you see inventory full, 200 of 200, so we can't take any more of that. It's because I haven't gone out looking for polonium. Because I haven't had a need for it, but there's an FSD module of some sort that requires it. But I can be a little moody at times, as if you've watched my videos you can tell. Yeah, fussing about support is probably not helping any, so I just do need to calm that down, but I still will continue to do the pre-release videos to show appreciation for those that do support the channel. But since it's just to come along, you know, it's just the way it is, so I'm going to spend more time doing the things that I need to do for the channel and for my gameplay, items that I need to grind for, and if you want to watch, great. We have some older videos that have done quite well. We have almost 23,000 views in total. We have over 1,000 videos. See those in our YouTube channel. And we've had over 12,000 different people to view our videos. And I've started bounty hunting for NPC ships. In the beginning, when I was doing combat, it was just stingers and skimmers and trespass zones, but it just got to the point when I got to competent rank that it took 8 to 12 kills just to make 1%. I think really the worst part was I would have support ships come down and shoot at me, and when you're out in the field there's no place to hide, no cover, or you can get behind and shoot at the ships and things like that. So I stopped doing that, and now I'm doing bounty hunting. I've engineered most of my Vulture, most of its modules and weapons. I haven't tested it since I had the burst lasers gimbaled, so you can tell I'm still pretty new at it because I'm using gimbaled, but I use the Oculus Rift S with touch controllers, not a HOTAS. I have a HOTAS, but it's just hooking it up and taking it down between games and things like that. It just hasn't been what I wanted to focus on, so I like using the touch controllers when I can get them to work. Frontier does need to give a little more support toward VR, where it works a little better. When we start filling up more of the manufactured materials, we'll probably do something else. We'll probably do some raw material gathering here a little bit more too. So continue to watch the videos and you'll see those.
Incoming message. Cargo scoop deployed.
But this is my planetary cutter. I have 4 of them. I have one for planetary, one for cargo, one for mining, and one for travel. And they're built out for those areas. So I like having, they're kind of my support ships for my fleet carrier. It says full. And I have 4 Pythons that do the same thing, just a medium ship. I like the Python. kind of the first ship I really got attached to. But cargo missions that draw interdictions, I'd rather use the Python. Just more comfortable with it. Right now the Vulture's doing great for bounty hunting. And creating these videos helped me from getting too bored. I have restarted this game 3 times from scratch and wiped out probably at least 5 to 7 billion in the process. So I don't want to do that again, because I have spent a lot more time gathering credits and assets.
Incoming message.
I do have a Fer-de-Lance that I haven't really used yet. I want to get comfortable with the Vulture and res sites, resource extraction sites. I'm doing the standard ones right now. I started out low in high security systems, and that worked out really good, and it's a great starter place for beginners. So find a high security that has planets with rings with low res sites, and go help the security forces. Take care of the pirates that are aggravating the miners. And it was a really good way of learning how to do bounty hunting combat. Now I'm on the standard res, which is not low, not high, not hazardous, but just plain. It doesn't say anything. They probably should have put medium on there. That's okay. And that's worked out pretty good. Sometimes you get a ship that's ranked much higher than you, or that's more capable, and so it's much tougher, but you can quit at any time. Like when I get down to 1 ring on my shield, sometimes I say, well, that's probably enough. I'll go back to the fleet carrier, because I usually keep the fleet carrier close by, use it as a staging area. So I do a little bit of bounty hunting, not tons, but some, as part of my routine. The thing that is most valuable right now is cargo missions from Sothis Mining to Ceos Nudon. I have about 7 billion. I did sell off some of my stored modules and gathered about another 150 million from that. Then I bought some weapons, so I'm up about 100 million from when I started that. Let's check our video. Yeah, it's all good. So sometimes I'll spend days or even a week on a certain task, like asteroid mining or here at Dav's Hope. But it is beneficial toward your gameplay. I don't know if I'll ever fill up the materials completely, but eventually I will have what I want in credits. Not there yet. Probably like to have about 10 billion, and I have about 7 right now. And we'll quit here when probably 25% are full. And we're constantly coming across full materials. We'll probably do some raw material trading, or raw material gathering. Doing pre-release videos have a multiple benefit. It's not as stressful to try to rush to get some videos out. If I create pre-release, now our supporters get a hold of those pre-release videos ahead of time, but over 99% of our viewers will have to wait until they're released. But all you have to do is subscribe, or donate, or join our Patreon, or put 200 plus units of tritium in the fleet carrier, and you get access to them. Yeah, this is dirt, but sometimes it acts like ice. And no, I don't try to race around the perimeter like a lot of pilots do, or players. And I have before. I think I've done it around 70, which is probably not great, but using touch controllers. And I'm not the super gamer. Well, that might be enough of that. We might go do some raw material. Sys ship. We'll let the ship go, and we'll call it back when we're ready. It just goes into orbit until we recall it. At 7.5 kilometers, it would leave anyway when you're away from it. But I had started finding polonium here, and I don't remember ever finding polonium here, so, well, never remember finding polonium anywhere, but I'm starting to see it. Is this night? Nope. Is this dark? Is this night? Okay, I think that's what I wanted. I use voice attack. And make sure you pause though before you give it another command or it won't work. Be picky. I'd rather use it than not use it, but you know, it's one of my gripe points. As you know, I got quite a few of those. I do like doing raw material gathering because it's kind of relaxing. You get to go out and view the landscape and run around in the SRV, and it's really relaxing and nice. I like doing it. Like, I can only do so much bounty hunting and cargo missions and being interdicted. That gets a little rough. Not much relaxation in that. Yeah, usually the material will be a different color, different size, and you can kind of spot them even without the sensors, but or even before it locks on. See, that's a phosphorus. We have an iron. We have a chromium, and on the left it tells you how many inventory spaces you have. See, sulfur 102 out of 300. Well, sometimes I'll look at that just to kind of get an idea of where we're at. There's one over here too. And how narrow the signal is tells you that how close it is. And there's upper level blips, but usually those are trespass zones with stingers, skimmers, and we're not hunting those at the moment. Probably won't, because it just takes so many now to give you a percentage on your combat rank. And if I'm going to do combat, that's what I want. I want the combat rank. It's not the credits or any of that. So yeah, I cash in the bounty vouchers, but that's not my focus. Now we'll go back after this one. So this video is going to be a little bit of both. It's going to be Dav's Hope manufactured materials and near Dav's Hope raw materials. And that's usually, for me, it's a little bit better because I get to break it up a little bit that way. Now, the more in the mountains you get, the rougher the terrain, and of course the further from Dav's Hope you get. So and that material wasn't there before, or you would have seen it on your sensor. So you can tell it does respawn over time. You're always hoping it'll respawn before you run out of targets. Yeah, I saw one guy, he would use his jets to go up and get those materials instead of wait for them to come down. I'm not quite that impatient, but starting to go into the mountains, and I don't want to go too far in the mountains. See our tire tracks where we have been. Now the upper level blips will hide your lower level material blips. Just left. I like to set the target of Dav's Hope where I know how far it is and in what direction. So usually if I don't have targets for materials, I'll start heading that direction. Get closer to it. We're getting getting close to running out of time for this video, and then we'll probably create another one that's like it. And see, we weren't seeing that lower level, and now we see it again. So you can tell some have respawned. See, that material's a lot brighter, and you can kind of tell where it's at. And we haven't even got a lock on it yet on the target. You see, we have tire tracks right there. We should have seen it before, but it's because it respawned. It wasn't there before. Now it is. But I think it's cool that we have seen some polonium. And I don't remember seeing it even at the material trader. I guess it was. Or it could have been just in the rare materials. I don't know. I just thought it was odd that I started seeing them, and I don't remember seeing them before. But when I looked it up, it's been in the game for a while. It's just considered a rare material. Now the problem with that one, it's probably more up in the mountains, but it's kind of far. And so we might come back over here, get close to Dav's Hope, and end this video and start up another one at some point. Appreciate you coming along. Make sure you find ways to support the channel through subscribes, or donations, or our Patreon, or putting tritium in the Fleet Carrier's fuel tank. And then you'll get the pre-release videos also, but it would really help the channel too. I wouldn't get as frustrated as I get sometimes with the channel, and where many of you get tired of hearing it, my ranting. But I'm going to try to narrow that back. It doesn't change the fact that I want to reward my supporters, so we'll keep doing that. But this is a come along video, and you get to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah, we haven't relogged since the last time we were here, so well, I appreciate you coming along. Hopefully you'll come along again. Hopefully you'll subscribe and all of those good things. So until the next video, thank you for watching. Goodbye.